Washington, AP. President Joe Biden on Sunday urged Americans to reject political violence and recommit themselves to resolving their differences peacefully, saying the upcoming presidential election will be a time of testing in the aftermath of the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. In a primetime national address from the Oval Office, Biden said political passions can run high, but we must never descend into violence. The president said his party and the Republicans can compete forcefully over different policy visions, but must do it in a civil fashion. All of us now face a time of testing as the election approaches, Biden said. There is no place in America for this kind of violence, for any violence, ever. Period.
No exception.
We can't allow this violence to be normalized. Biden spoke for 6 minutes in his third address to the nation since Saturday evening's attack by a shooter that left Trump with a bloodied ear, killed one rallygoer and seriously injured 2 others. His warning came hours after FBI Deputy Director Paul Abate said agents have seen increasingly violent rhetoric online since the attack at the Trump rally. Since the shooting, the president and his team had been grappling with how to calibrate the political path forward after the weekend attack targeting the very person Biden is trying to defeat in November's election. Biden sharply condemned the attack, but indicated he plans to continue to press his campaign agenda and has no doubt Republicans will do the same when they open the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee on Monday. How the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump unfolded. On the suspect, what we know about the 20-year-old man who tried to assassinate Trump. Motive still not known. The FBI said that it had not yet determined a motive, but the agency believed that the shooter acted alone. Biden's response. The president appealed for unity and said he was ordering an independent security review. A man of conviction. Victim Corey Compertor, a former fire chief, used his body to shield his family from gunfire. He emphasized that said those disagreements must remain peaceful. We can do this, Biden pleaded, saying the nation was founded on a democracy that gave reason and balance a chance to prevail over brute force. Biden also warned that political tensions were being inflamed by a balkanized media environment and exploited by American enemies. Here in America we need to get out of our silos, where we only listen to those with whom we agree, where misinformation is rampant, where foreign actors fan the flames of our division to shape the outcomes consistent with their interests, not ours, Biden said. Earlier Sunday, Biden was briefed in the White House Situation Room and condemned the attempted assassination of Trump as contrary to everything we stand for as a nation. He said he was ordering an independent security review of how such an attack could have happened. The president said he has also directed the U.S. Secret Service to review all security measures for the RNC. Hours later, Audrey Gibson-Chiquino, the Secret Service's coordinator for the convention, said the weekend attack against Trump did not warrant any changes to the agency's security plan for the event and officials are fully prepared. Biden promised a thorough and swift review and asked the public not to make assumptions about the shooter's motives or affiliations. The president said he and First Lady Jill Biden were praying for the family of Corey Compertor, a former fire chief who was shot and killed during the Trump rally Saturday night in Butler, Pennsylvania. He was protecting his family from the bullets, Biden said. God love him. The president also said he'd had a short but good conversation with Trump in the hours after the shootings and said he was sincerely grateful that the former president is doing well and recovering. Trump, who has called for national resilience since the shooting, posted on his social media account after Biden's remarks, "Unite America." Biden, who has set out to brand Trump as a dire threat to democracy and the nation's very founding principles, put a temporary pause on such political messaging after the shooting. Shortly after Saturday night's attack, Biden's re-election campaign froze all outbound communications and worked to pull down its television ads. The president also postponed a planned trip to Texas on Monday, where he was to speak on the 60th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act at the Lyndon B. Johnson Presidential Library. An NBC News interview between